Windows Server 2003 includes an extremely useful feature called the Distributed File System (DFS). DFS provides a hierarchical tree structure that enables users to access resources anywhere in the domain. The distributed file system allows administrators to group shared folders located in different servers. Instead of having to think of a specific machine name for each set of files, the user will only have to remember one name, which will be the key to a list of shares found multiple servers on the network.
To get started, open the Distributed File System snap-in. Select Start, Administrative Tools, then Distributed File System. To take advantage of DFS, a DFS root must be installed. The DFS root supplies the main DFS container. You can think of this as a share that is visible on the network. And in this share, you can have additional files and folders. How to create a DFS root? You can simply click this shortcut icon or right-click the Distributed File System node in the snap-in tree and select New Root from the shortcut menu. Click Next, bypass the New Root wizard's initial screen. In this screen, you can select Domain Root or Standalone Root. Domain roots replicate automatically and store the DFS configuration in the Active Directory, while standalone roots are appropriate when the server is part of a work group. I will select Domain Root and then click Next. Here you must specify the domain that will host the root. The domain can be the domain that the file server is a member of, or you can select any trusting domain in the network's domain tree. Since we only have one domain in our network, which is datacom.local, thus only datacom.local is visible. Click Next. Now let's specify the host server for the root. You can type the name of the server or use the Browse button to locate the server. Well, let's just make use the Browse button. Let's choose NOS to be the host server for the root. Click OK, then click Next. On this wizard screen, you are asked to supply a unique name for the DFS root. The root name can be the same as the shared folder of this server. For example, you could have a shared named public and use this as a name for the DFS root. I'll type all shared folders. Typing a comment on the comments text box is optional. After specifying the root name, click Next. The root name screen, which was the previous wizard screen, needs to have a name for the root and also have you associate it with the existing share on the server. Let's browse for the folder that we want to share. The root name in the share to be used can be the same though. After specifying the root name, click Next. Here is the summary of the options we have chosen. If you want to share some things, just click Back. If there's none, then click Finish. The DFS root appears in the Distributed File System snap-in. The root share now serves as the main container for all other shares that will be added as linked to this particular DFS tree. Even when the shares in the DFS tree are on different file server or are held on different file server volumes on the same file server, all the shares will appear to originate from the root share. Let's open the root target. These are the files inside the DFS container. After the DFS root has been created, DFS links, also known as child links, can be added to the DFS tree. Basically, the DFS link is another share somewhere on the network that goes under the root. When a user opens this link, they will be redirected to a shared folder. A link can be any share anywhere on the network. To add a DFS link to the root, you can click this icon or right-click New Link on the shortcut menu. The New Link dialog box opens. Type a new name for the link in the link name box. To specify the share that the link will point to, type the name for the share, or use the Browse button to locate the share on the network. Bear in mind to share any folders that does not contain confidential files or files that are system-based such as Windows. Again, comments are optional because it only serves as a description. After entering the path to the share, click the OK button. The link is now added to the DFS root as a branch. You can repeat this process as needed to add additional links to the DFS root. Let's add another link named Second Link, which contains some of the NOS documents. Now the second link is successfully added. You can check the status of any root or link in the DFS hierarchy. In the distributed file system snap-in, right-click the root or link in the snap-in tree and then select Check Status from the shortcut menu. If the link or root is online, an agree check mark appears next to the icon in the tree. You will also note that the target status is designated as online in the snap-in details pane. Now, let's check the status of the links. If you want to delete a link, simply right-click the link and click Delete Link. A dialog box will appear informing you that the link will be deleted from the DFS logical namespace, but will not delete any data on the target of the DFS link. Deleting a root is the same as deleting a link. This is the client's PC. A user can quickly map a drive to any of the shares found in the DFS tree. All the user has to do is select a particular share, a share that he has permissions to access. Select the Windows Explorer Tools menu and then select Map Network Drive. The share will be mapped to the next available drive letter on the user's computer. When a user browses the network for shares, they will see the DFS root as the share folder that holds the other shares on the network. Users are not aware of the actual location of these folders, and they do not have to browse the computer to find network resources. The DFS tree provides access to all the shares. Note that the DFS root appears as a typical share to the user when browsing the network using the Windows Explorer. The shares contained within the All Shared Folders DFS root are actually shares on the other servers on the network and have been added to the root as DFS links. Let us open the first link folder, which is a DFS link in our DFS root. It contains the files that are shared by the server. Let us also take a look on the My Computer area. Notice that the drive letter K has been added in the network drives.